Hello and welcome to the events that happened after the Miami Grand Prix. In this week's episode, we're discussing everything that happened in the Miami Grand Prix race weekend, as well as Max Verstappen's climb to the top. All this and more on today's episode. Hello and welcome to the race report for Miami Race Weekend 2022. Here's everything we know or have known about the Miami Grand Prix now that we've watched it and it's on TV. All information regarding the information in this podcast episode will be available on f1.com. Show notes, as always, will be left in the links below. And of course, if you've missed the race highlights, they are also available on Channel 4 after a technical issue prevented them from uploading the episode to their on-demand streaming service, All 4. But anyway, let's not dwell on it any further and get into it. So, what we saw with the Miami Grand Prix after a few weeks in Imola, Max Verstappen managed to come out on top, finishing pole position in Miami. Team was pretty pleased, and Sainz, I think, took third, P3, while Leclerc finished second. We'll have the race debrief in a moment. Max Verstappen wins the inaugural Miami Grand Prix after Leclerc laid claim to late safety car drama. Max Verstappen won the first ever Miami Grand Prix, having pried the lead of Ferrari's pole sitter Charles Leclerc early in the race and defended it in an enthralling late race battle. Red Bull's reigning champion took P2 off Carlos Sainz into turn 1 at the start and soon began to close in on Leclerc. The Ferrari driver lost the lead to his rival on the main straight at the start of lap 9 of 57 and pitted from mediums to hards on lap 24, causing Verstappen to react with his stop 2 laps later. It seemed that Verstappen would cruise to victory in front of Miami Gardens Marina. That was until the lap 41 caution. A virtual safety car turned safety car triggered by a clash between Pierre Gasly and Lando Norris, which sent the McLaren driver into a spin as his right rear tyre ripped off. Perez took the opportunity to pit for new mediums from P4, emerging there with hard-shod Verstappen, Leclerc and Sainz ahead. The lap 47 restart saw Verstappen lead away but struggled to build up a gap to Leclerc. It was equally difficult for Sainz, who was being hounded by medium-shod Sergio Perez for the final podium place. Perez attempted to pass Sainz on lap 52 but locked up, both drivers avoiding contact, while Leclerc was under half a second behind Verstappen in the chase for the lead. But neither Perez nor Leclerc could make headway, and the win, narrow as it was over Ferrari's, would be Verstappen's. Rounding out the top 5 was George Russell, who started 11th and pitted during the virtual safety car, using the benefit of newer tyres to pass teammate Lewis Hamilton on lap 54. Hamilton lamented the fact that he couldn't pit during the virtual safety car, but was promoted to P6 when Valtteri Bottas went wide at turn 17 on lap 49. The Alfa Romeo driver seemed destined for P5, having started there, but his late mistake left him 7th. The Alpines were next, Esteban Ocon finishing 8th from Fernando Alonso in 9th, the latter having been penalised by 5 seconds for contact with Gasly. Alonso was given a further 5-second penalty for leaving the track and gaining an advantage on the penultimate lap, promoting Alex Albon to P9, Lance Stroll to P10 and demoting the 2-time champion to 11th. Kevin Magnussen retired late on after contact with Lance Stroll, P10, after having started in the pits, as did Sebastian Vettel, who started in the pits and was tapped out of the race by Mick Schumacher, P15. Gasly did not finish after his contact with Norris, who got a DNF, while Zhou Ganyu was the first retiree, having pulled into the pits on lap 7. Despite starting on the front row, Ferrari couldn't convert their advantage to a Miami Grand Prix win, while Max Verstappen has now made it 2 wins in a row. And that seems to be it for this week's race report. I'll be back again very soon with more of the same in Barcelona. Until then, thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.